21-year-old Davis is charged with 9 counts of first-degree attempted murder, all stemming from a wild shootout with police.
Who was Larry Davis, the drug kingpin who shot 6 policemen? Larry Davis was a criminal in New York who became known when he was shot 6 New York Police Department officers during a raid on November 19, 1986. He was acquitted of attempted murder after a spectacular trial. He was later arrested for another murder and killed in custody. His crime attracted public interest, particularly because there had been an increase in police brutality in the period before the shooting. Accordingly, some celebrate him as a hero, while others were horrified that he got away with it. Davis grew up in the Bronx as the youngest of 15 siblings. He was involved in petty crime and by the age of 20 he had already had a considerable criminal record that went back to 1983. He had violated his probation in 1984. The police were looking for him for involvement in 7 different murders. He and a group of other men had robbed and killed several drug dealers. In the days before the raid, he avoided his apartment and stayed with his girlfriend and 2 of his sisters. Following a tip-off raid was planned on November 19, 1986 in the 2 apartments of Davis' sisters. 27 police officers from the New York City Police Department and the Emergency Service Unit were present at 8:30 a.m. 15 officers surrounded the building complex and 12 stormed the building. 9 of them entered Davis' sister's apartment, where Davis, his girlfriend, his sister and husband and 4 children were present. The police entered the apartment through the front door and he had the adults bring some of the children out. They then ordered Davis to turn himself in, who was in the back bedroom with 2 of the children who were still sleeping. It's unclear how open fired first. In any case, a firefight ensued during which Davis injured 6 police officers, 2 of them seriously, with a sound of shotgun and a Colt M1911. Davis and 2 children were unharmed. He took advantage of the ensuing confusion to escape through a window. After the wounded police officers were taken to the nearby Bronx Lebanon Hospital Center, the manhunt for Davis began. Both the roadblocks and the search of the surroundings area were unsuccessful. The search was extended to Chicago, Albany, Newark, where Davis had contacts. A reward of $15,000 was offered for the capture of Davis. The search also brought copycats to the scene. One man, called ABC TV, pretended to be Davis. On December 5, 1986, the police searched Davis' mother's apartment and questioned her. The mother suffered a heart attack shortly afterwards, from which she did not recover until 3 days later. On the same day, it was announced that Davis was hiding in a housing project in the Bronx. In fact, Davis had barricaded himself there and was holding a family hostage. The police besieged the apartment and maintained contact with Davis, who threatened to kill the hostages. Finally, around 7 p.m., Davis gave up and turned himself into the police when he was led away in handcuffs. The residents are said to have applauded him. They also called him his name and cheered him on. At the beginning of the trials against Davis, which lasted for 4 years, the prosecution had a long list of crimes which he was accused, including illegal possession of weapons, murder of the drug dealers, attempted murder of a police officer, kidnapping and car theft. The jury, however, found him guilty only of illegal possession of weapons and considered it proven that Larry Davis had feared for his life during the raid and had acted in self-defense. This was also justified by corrupt police officers who wanted to execute him. He was sentenced to 5 to 15 years in prison for possession of weapons. In the case of the killed drug dealers, he was acquitted on 6 of 7 counts. But in 1991, after a 4-year trial, he was found guilty of the murder of Raymond Fiscanio. He had committed the crime jointly with the brother Eddie Davis. His present sentence was extended by 25 years. The verdict was followed by an hour-long monologue in which Davis complained about the U.S. justice system and spoke of a vendetta against him. Davis served his time at the Shawadun Correctional Facility in Houston County, New York, On February 20, 2008, an argument broke out in prison yard and resulting in Davis being attacked several times with a homemade metal knife and critically injured. He was taken by ambulance to St. Luke Hospital in Newburgh, where doctors could only pronounce him dead. Davis' fellow inmate Luis Rosado was sentenced to additional 10 years in prison for the murder.